What is going on, guys, and welcome to the channel. So today we are going to be ripping apart this BMW M4. We are going to show you the 3 modifications that you got to do immediately to make your BMW look and sound absolutely mental. We are going to show you the easiest way to remove this bumper if you don't have a hoist. We're going to replace those flaccid OE kidney grills with some absolutely mental carbon fiber grills. And the one thing that I'm most excited about is to get rid of those OE air intakes, and we're going to install some absolutely mental Burger Motorsport's front mount intakes. And you know what, while we're already giving her a nose job, we might as well give her some lip filler with the Maxton design V1 style lip and side skirts. So guys, the first thing that we're going to start off with is we're going to be taking off this front strut brace. Some people like to take off both strut braces. The reason why they do that is they want to take this front engine cover off. We're not going to really need to do that because the only reason why they take off that front engine cover is to take off one of these sensor connectors. We're not going to need to do that. So for this step right here, you're just going to need a 6mm socket to get started. There's one. And to remove the C-clips, I highly recommend having a pick tool. It just makes life so much easier. Each intake pipe's going to have a C-clip. Make sure not to damage these. Again, got a C-clip right here. You want to keep that for a little bit later. So for the inner fender liner, what we have here is we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I like that. Let's just call it 14. Let's call it 13. We've got 13 of these bolts. I believe those are screws. I believe that they're like a 7 or an 8. We are going to want to take off this inner fender liner. It comes in 2 halves. So just take off the 1 half, and we're going to have nice access to see how we can run our tubing, our piping. Yeah, good stuff. Guys, at this point, I just want to point out that I have 0 mechanical experience. I've never worked on a car before. So if I could do it, you can do it. Frankly, Kamala Harris could probably do this. Hello! Hello! Amazing. Alright, so we're on the driver's side here in North America. We've got some sensors here. These are going to be coming out. But I'm just going to do the step-by-step before. I don't want to jump ahead. Let's go and do the exact same thing on the other side. This is just tucked in. There we go. Cool. All right, so we've got these sensors here. And then when we're taking off the bumper, This is what's holding the bumper on. Don't mistake that for this one.
It's a country jam session, let the music roll. Feel the rhythm in your soul, let it take control.
Just a little clip that we pulled this way and it popped off. This one looks like it's got a little pin.
Fireflies dancing, lantern hang high, crack open the cold one. Reach for the sky, banjos are plucking, feels crying out.
The parking sensor's not worth the aggravation. It doesn't split easily. Just pinch it and remove it altogether. Pro tip. Save yourself some time. Alright, so we got the first 3 done. Let's pull these ones out as well. So this side, I just could not get this thing to separate. I just found it easier just to take out the entire sensor. That'll go back in afterwards. That'll be perfectly fine. So guys, for the next step, you're gonna need your trim tool again to take the cowling off. And you're going to need a Torx T25. Once you remove the cowling, you're going to be able to access these Torx screws. Trim tools, 12 bucks off Amazon. Yeah, they're plastic, but how many times are you going to use them? I'm a straight up G. A refugee.
Got that duality, pouring coffee at dawn, dreaming of reality, where the skyline's tall and the neon's bright, but I miss those sunsets, country stars at night. City dreams, country soul, 2 worlds clash, but I'm feeling whole.
So guys, for this next step, we're going to tackle the underside of the bumper. You're going to need your 8mm socket for 10 of these bolts, and then we've got 4 that we're going to tackle with the trim tool. So guys, one of the things that I've seen people doing is they are taping off this line right here. I don't know how far they're going, probably just right here. That's when they're taking off the bumper, just in case there's a little bit of wiggle. They don't scratch things off. So you know what? I'm going to take good advice. I'm going to do the same thing.
So here's to the dreamers, the doers of bold, with a heart of a country and a spirit of gold. Gonna chase those lights, but stay true to my soul. In this life's wild ride, I'm taking control.
There we go.
Grab your guitar, bring a banjo too. Fiddles and mama, cause we got a crew down by the bar.
So what seems to be the key to getting this bumper off, you gotta press it right here at this point. There's a clip that will unclip. Okay, figured it out. Show you what's been stopping me from getting this bumper off. It's right here. There's only 4 bolts, 5 bolts. And this is what was preventing me from taking off this bumper. We've got this little clip right here that's preventing me from taking off the bumper. So if I do that, in theory, if I'm not an idiot, this bumper will come off. In theory, I might be an idiot. Let's get this sucker off. Absolutely ludicrous. This is absolutely fantastic. Right now, this might not seem like a big deal to a lot of people, but the fact I've made it this far with no mechanical experience, it's a milestone for me.
Got my mind on the grind. Chasing dreams, I'm out here, no time to rewind. Life's a journey, gotta walk the line. Every step I take, I'm reaching for the shine. Hustle hard, yeah, I'm building my way. Success don't sleep, so I'm here to stay. Ups and downs, yeah, they come and they go, but I keep on pushing, that's the way I grow. It's the climb, not the finish, that's where I rise. Every fall's just a lesson in disguise. Keep it real, keep it strong, never let it slide. I'm on my way, success is on the other side.
For this step, some instructions actually recommend removing the radiator shroud altogether, but with the right tools, you can really save yourself a boatload of time. To do this, you'll need a Dremel tool, a cutting disc, and a nibbler bit. This is really stupid simple. Just don't go too wild with your cuts, and be mindful that you're working around the headlights and there's some wiring. Pro tip guys, wear some protective eyewear because the Dremel will kick up a lot of hot plastic, and cover the turbo intakes with a clean cloth so the plastic shrapnel doesn't end up in there either. So guys, this is the nibbling tool that you're going to need. It'll make the process super easy. But pro tip, earplugs. The sound was actually really unpleasant. Be sure to try to keep your hole as small and as neat as possible, but you're still going to have to make it big enough to angle that intake pipe to make it fit.
Oh my god, we are so close, yet so far. Oh. Woo! This is progress, folks. That is gonna look absolutely mental. Now we're gonna want to do the same cutout on this side. So
But guys, here you go. This is the cut you'll need to make, and you'll have to take the cut all the way back to the radiator, where there's like a soft gasket. When you do it yourself, this step will make a lot more sense. When I was trying to fit the pipe, the headlight was a bit in the way, but you use a little bit of force, and Bob's your uncle. Trust me on this one. At this point, I was actually really struggling to make that pipe fit, and the only reason for that was I didn't make my hole big enough. So, pro tip, you'll need a lot of space.
alright, we're gonna get this thing in, come hell or high water. It's happening. We're not gonna get this thing in, come hell or high water. It's not happening. So like everything in life, I need to spit on it. Give it that hot tuna! And she went in. Well, I'm happy. Oh. Just gotta get that right angle. Oh, that is mental! It's not perfectly straight yet, but we're gonna get it there.
The Burger Motorsport kit comes with two rubber O-rings. They're in two different sizes. The smaller O-ring will go onto the passenger side intake pipe, and the larger one will go to the driver's side intake pipe. At this stage, you should just do both and swap the C-clamps from the OE intakes onto the new intakes. I failed to do this and I kind of regretted it later, but you'll see that coming up.
It's a country jam session, let the music roll. Feel the rhythm in your soul, let it take control. Impromptu beats and melody sweet, we're rocking this night with the country street heat.
So this stage I was really getting frustrated because the fitment wasn't working, it just seemed really loose, and I was getting super frustrated. So pro tip, lubricate the rubber O-ring a little and it'll slide in nice and tight.
Ain't no doubt, this is what it's all about. The rhythm hits your heart, makes you wanna stomp. Bass thumping hard like a wild buck bump. Acoustic, electric, blending just
So pro tip, well, amateur tip, position your rubber couplers where you want them to sit, and then make sure that those clamps are nice and even. Satisfy your OCD.
soul, let it take control.
Alright guys, so overall it's going pretty good. Just make sure you've got your cutout over here big enough that the pipe isn't pointing upwards, because then your filter won't sit properly and it's going to look really shit like in some of the other videos.
It's the sound of freedom, the tune of the land played by callous.
Got everything loosely fitted, so I'm just going to tighten things up and we're going to be good to start on the next side.
If you made it this far, everything from this point on is going to fit together fairly easily. The Burger Motorsport kit comes with absolutely everything you need and fits together extremely well.
Crickets in the night, man, they play a sweet game. From the farm to the hustle, got that duality. Pouring coffee at dawn, dreaming of reality. Where the skyline's tall and the neon's bright. But I miss those sunsets, country stars at night. City dreams, country soul.
So earlier on I mentioned that C-clip. Well, this is where it bit me in the butt. I did not install that C-clip and I was kind of shooting blind here. But everything kind of worked out, got lucky, it slipped into the right spot.
Jungle's got me working on my royal. Chasing after dreams, but I can't forget my roots. From the cornfields to the boardroom, letting loose. Fast cars and bright lights, but the moon's my guide. I'm a country boy living with the city.
Honestly, this stage was probably the most time consuming. I just wanted to make sure all the clamps were nice and even, and all the Burger Motorsport labeling was facing upwards. But you know what, taking my time, I have zero regrets right now. It looks fantastic.
Got my boots in the dirt, head up in the clouds. Living for the moments that make me proud. Yeah, I'm grinding hard, gotta make a name. But the simple life calls and it's never the same. From bonfires to board meetings, I'm torn in between. But I carry my...
And guys, would you look at that? What a car. It's starting to look absolutely unreal. And I'm over the moon with this. I can't even explain the feeling when I was driving this car. It makes you want to make excuses to take it out. It is so good. It is so aggressive in the corners. The power is absolutely mental. And the only problem, its looks, well, we're close to rectifying that problem. She's gonna look pretty when we're done. I'm counting down the days until this Canadian winter decides to cooperate with us. But until then, we still have a lot of work to get her camera ready for her debut. Up next, let's tackle those carbon fiber kidney grills.
Okay guys, we're at a really exciting part of the build right now. We're going to show you how to remove these OE kidney grills, the wiring harnesses to access, and how to put in our brand new carbon fiber kidney grills. As well, we're going to be putting in these new side dam intakes.
So guys, here we go. We're going to want to first start off by taking out all of the sensors from the front bumper, the wiring harness, then the kidney grills, and then we can start removing those front inserts to get to the vents. We're first going to want to start off by removing these 3 sensors, and there's going to be 2 more others towards the fenders. We also have these 4 edge clips, and you're going to need a flathead screwdriver to get these guys out. They're one-time use, so you don't have to be gentle. Pro tip guys, when you're popping out those front sensors, just unclip them and push them out from the other side. It makes life a lot easier.
out tonight. There's a bonfire waiting, friends all around, laughing and joking, making memories loud.
Ah, mother.
I got the freedom running through my mind. Feet on the dash, no need to rush. Life's too short, so I'm living it up.
So if you've gotten this far without destroying your hands, congratulations. So at this point, we're going to want to remove the last two sensors from the bumper in order for us to be able to remove those inserts.
No worries now, I'm on my way. Gonna live it up, 'cause I've earned my pay. Clock it.
Once you start unclipping the kidney grills, you're going to want to start at these two spots. The reason for this is you've got the most space and you've got something to leverage against. Once you get the first couple clips off, the rest kind of just pop off by themselves. You might have to be a little rough, but she can take it.
And a little happiness, I'm free as the wind, wild as the breeze, living for the moments like these. I'm clocking out, leaving work behind, got a six-pack chilling and I'm feeling fine. Radio, windows down, cruising to the rhythm of a small town sound.
We're now ready to take out the plastic molding on either side of the bumper. I'm going to show you all the clips and tricks to taking this out. And there's one key element to taking this molding out, and I learned the hard way, so you wouldn't have to.
Left the high-rise behind, now he's playing bars in Nashville.
We're going to start here at the lower left corner and work our way around. But first, remember to remove the parking sensor.
Leaving all they know, never looking back, trading in the fast lane for a slower kind of tune, finding out the truth beneath the southern moon. They're chasing country dreams where the heart beats loud, singing about their stories, standing
And right here is the key trick to removing this molding. There's a double-sided tape located right here, and you're going to want to use a razor to break the seal on this double-sided tape. Once you do that, this bumper is going to come out super easy.
She was a singer in the city, Broadway bright as day, but the song she sang felt empty in a world so far away. Bought herself a ticket.
All right, guys, wow. So this is a job that wasn't all that much fun. Trim tools and bending plastic, I'm not too comfortable with that. One of the things that I discovered was when we were removing the bumper, I had left one of these sensors in on this side. This was actually preventing me from being able to move the plastic inside very freely. So I would recommend removing that if you're going to be doing this job. One of the other things that I found was this was extremely difficult to finagle and to get into the right spot. This kit was extremely difficult to fit as well, these air vents. You had to really bend the hell out of everything to get it into place. Aftermarket parts have come a long way since I was a kid. Everything has clipped in very nicely, very accurately, and even though this molding was a bit persnickety to fit, I do have to say that 10 out of 10, I'm really happy with these aftermarket vents. And this process, you're going to want to repeat it on the other side. Both sides are exactly the same, so have fun. At this point, I just couldn't help myself. I had to dry fit these things and just to see what it was going to look like. God, that looks absolutely mental already. Absolutely mental. Wow. And I think I'm going to flip this back over so I can see what I'm doing from the other side. And at this point, you're just going around the grill, making sure everything clips in properly. And if your kit came with any fasteners, any clips, any bolts, make sure to use them so nobody gets the bright idea to steal your grill from the other side. At this point, I was wondering if the sensors were going to fit properly, and they didn't seem to be fitting properly. But then, you know what? It was actually me. I'm the problem. It's me. I'm the problem. Hi. It's me. Wow. So guys, in order to make this fit, we had to Dremel out this section here, especially the bottom. Really hope that doesn't affect anything else, but now we can actually get this piece in. Guys, all I have to say is this is pure luck. I have no idea what I'm doing. There are no bolts, no screws left over. I'm actually surprised because I am completely winging it. I've got no idea what the heck I'm doing. But before we put the wheels back on, before we put her down and see how this sounds, we've got one more thing to do. It's right back there. We're gonna put on that thing. What do you call it? Lip? Yeah, the lip filler. Yes, the lip filler. So yeah, so guys, we've got one thing left to do. Sitting right back there. We got that bottom spoiler to finish this front end off. To finish this front end off. And you know what? It's gonna look absolutely mental. Let's get to it. So guys, I screwed up. After reading the instructions, which I probably should have done when I received this kit, I think it's intended to be installed off of the car. I think I figured out why this happened. So you will fit the lip on the car before you've taken the bumper off. We took the bumper off because we were doing the air intake, and then I put it back on. Because it wasn't making any sense to me. How could I get this fit? How could I perfectly fit the lip with the bumper off the car? I'm sure there's people that can do that. I can't. So if you're an amateur and you're doing this lip, fit it, self-tap it, take the bumper off and permanently affix it. We're gonna try to figure out a solution here. If I look from underneath and I can take some of the plastic molding off, I might be able to get to the underside of this bumper. Any suggestions? I really don't want to be taking this bumper off again. But hey, you know what? This is what the channel's about. It's like, I'm gonna make the mistakes so you don't have to. I don't like that deal, but so if I take the screw, where's the hole? Is the hole big enough? Seems to be a theme. Let's try this again. Son of a motherfucking piece of shit. So guys, there you have it. The Maxton design front lip. And guys, if I could give you one piece of advice, just buy a rivet gun. This will be so much easier. And do you ever get to that point where you are so determined that you will make it work and you're like, oh, just 5 more minutes? 24 hours later. But we got it. So before we start her up and we listen to the new air intakes, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you've enjoyed this content, please leave a comment. So let's grab the keys, let's start it up. And on that absolutely mental bombshell, thank you for watching and good night.
Well, this isn't a great look, but your face.
I didn't make my whole big enough.
The problem we all have. Small. Oh my god.